Good morning, everyone. It's been a little while since the last stream. It's been busy. So I'm going to jump straight back on it this week, and we're going to look at building a haunted mansion rave flyer because we're coming up to Halloween. Now these are my favourite type of things to make, so I'm really looking forward to today. I spent a little bit of time getting ready for the video. So I've got a folder of ingredients, as we might call them, and a rough idea in my head of how I want this to look. So I've got a creepy, well, it doesn't look all that creepy right now, but the house, the mansion, that I think will look quite nice, quite an old English mansion. Some clouds to go behind it. You probably won't see it when I do that. I want to incorporate the lasers in some way. It might just be that helps me get the colours that I'm looking for. A background, quite a nice moon that we can pop behind. A little bit of dirty texture. Some fire. I was thinking maybe having it coming out of the chimneys, something like that. And a creepy kind of ghost lady. It's quite hot as well, but yeah. And some like grainy noise texture, which I think combined should come out looking quite good. So I've got my flyer size template here. So I think I'll just start bringing everything in. We'll probably start off with getting this house cut out because that's going to be the trickiest bit. So I'm just going to drag that into Photoshop and kind of let it just sit there. I usually do a trick when I'm cutting out of duplicating the smart object and then combining them into their own smart object, and that way when I'm cutting out there's no distractions and I know that it's going to stay nice and smart. It's going to be a little bit tricky cutting out these trees, but I'm hoping that the white clouds that I'm going to use will hide any little bits that might get left behind. I'll try and do it as clear as possible, but there are a few little tricks that we can try. So probably where there's so many little bits, I'm going to make use of the threshold and see if we can just get the majority of these bits on here. So I'm going to select all of the white, but then kind of paint back in what we need. So if we do this on here, I'm going to need to invert the selection. And if everyone can just let me know if you can hear me. I was a bit flappy this morning trying to get all the streaming stuff going, so we just want to make sure that it's all good. Let's invert that. And actually, this is the good thing about bringing it in here into its own smart object, is we can do something like that and kind of get a feel for what's going on here. So it looks a little bit messy at the minute, but we can start. We could actually do a no, we don't want to crop it. We could actually do like a quick selection here to get back the bulk of these bits, just to make life a bit easier. I think if I wasn't streaming, I'd probably spend extra time making sure that this is totally perfect, but there is that balance of time and being able to get it to look nice. It'd be great if time wasn't a problem. So I'm just going to paint back in some of this. I think if it was, oh, I didn't like that. If it's something a bit sharper, we'd use the pen tool, but I don't think there's any way to really get around all these leaves and that with the pen tool. You'd be there for weeks doing that. So just get these chimney bits in. Just move that over a little bit. And bring this over here. And we just want to make a selection from that and fill it white. So now we can switch back to here. It's looking alright. Okay, so the other thing I did want to do is just sharpen this image up a little bit. So we're going to come in to the actual raw image and just use one of Photoshop's filters for this. So we only want to do it a little bit. We're just going to smart sharpen it. We don't want it too crazy. We're just gonna give it a little bit more definition than it does, just to make it to make it pop. So now hopefully when we come out of here, if I make the background black, yeah, I think that's probably cut it about as good as we're going to get. We can maybe just go, if we delete layer mask, possibly we could bring it in by 1, kind of see what that does. It's giving us a bit too much over here, but I imagine most of this will be out of shot, so just do a little bit of a messy clean up there. Yeah, that's looking better. I think once we've got the cloud in, it should be all good. Sorry, just have a sip of my coffee. Yeah, so let's bring in the clouds. Already setting the scene, so I'm just going to flip that upside down. I make use of a lot of shortcuts that I put in my own ones. So I've got custom ones in the preferences for flip horizontal, flip vertical, create smart objects, just things that I'm going to use every day really. So like possibly like that. I might tweak these again in a minute. Let's see, I do want to kind of, where we've got the two chimney breasts, the two pillars, I kind of want to make sure I'm being symmetrical with everything else. So we've got the clouds there. Let's just check this. Sorry, just clicking away over here. So I think now if we look at let's get this moon in. Whoop. I don't want to bring it into there. So this should start bringing. It's going to look a little bit weird to start with because I haven't got the house looking like a nighttime scene yet. So I kind of want this maybe like that in the middle, just over a little bit. Something like that. And maybe bring this down a little bit. So we've got a bit of room for the girl. I'm probably going to need to start blending this, so we haven't got this straight line here, so I'm literally going to just paint over, because I would like it nice and clear down at the bottom so that the info is not being obstructed. So that looks a bit nuts right now, but let's squash it down. Maybe something like that. I think we probably need to darken these sides as well. So I think we'll do that on a. Oh, that's way too much. So let's bring this size down. Duplicate that over to there. It's going to look a little bit strange at the minute, but it'll all come together. I think we'll get the girl in now. Oh, I need to stop clicking that. So this is a very cool photo. I've got most of these stock from depositphotos.com with a monthly subscription, which allows you, I think it's 30 images a month, which is good, but rolls over if you haven't fulfilled that. I think if we maybe blend this down and do something like lighten, it should just shine through. Yeah, look at that, that's already down. Let's bring it down a little bit. Yeah, actually bring it all down a little bit. So we've got a bit more of her. Maybe just bring her over a little bit. Just so she's right in the middle. I think we'll start to darken this house up. So let's not do that. We'll make use of curves. We'll do something like sorry, I'm just trying to make it perfect. Think about that. I think once we've got some colour corrections going on, that should start to look quite nice. So I think actually we'll add another curve over the top of all of this. And really get it looking nice and dark. Something like that. Start to bring in these flames as well. Maybe we could twist them a little bit so that they're coming out of there. Yeah, like that. I think that's looking about right. And come over here and start trying to blend these colours together using the textures. So we'll bring this in. I'm just going to stretch it kind of like that. We'll just flick through these until we see one that we like. Ooh, lighting look pretty good. Yeah, I'm liking that because it's giving me what I was looking for on the house. Still think it's a little bit light there. It's possibly a little bit crooked. So let's go. Oh, it's just the tiniest bit crooked. Right, I definitely need these clouds back here. So yeah, that's working really nicely with that moon. Just maybe play around with it a little bit more. Just try and make it look a bit more realistic. And then let's see if we can incorporate those lasers now and see what we can kind of get. So we kind of line this up roughly with where that moon was. Yeah, it's filling up. So bring it down about there. And again, just flick through. Now that we can see it there. That's very cool. Maybe not what I'm looking for this time, but it's good to see some different variations. Find normally it's hue that ends up being the right one. Yeah, see that? That's kind of giving me the tones I want. I'll have to tweak the colour, but there's a little bit of funniness over here. Let's see what's going on. So these lines here must be from the lasers. So I think if we just give it a little blur, that should get rid of it, but still give us what we want. So yeah, now it's still kind of there, but we're literally just using it to get the colours that we want. So I think if we now add, and play around with these colours a little bit more and get it to what we've got where we want, which I think it's probably going to be green, creepy greenhouse. We have to see. Something like that, and then so I think if we add in a gradient map, and then that will kill off any stray colours. Let's see. We'll try this on. Try it on there. Just leave that there, and then if we do the hue saturation to bring these colours out a little bit and try some different stuff. Yeah, I think it's definitely going to be either green or blue here. Something like that. So 9 on Facebook. Yes, definitely try not to make it better than your one. That's why I just changed from green to blue. You know how much I love these Halloweeny ones. So let's start looking at bringing some text in, I think, or giving it an overall wrap up. So I've already been playing around with some fonts. Just otherwise we'll be sat here for a very long time while I work it out. So I've gone with this one that's the Macabre, I think that's how you say it, Macabre, which is quite a nice kind of Halloweeny one. So once we've got that in, Haunted Mansion. Let's see. We'll do Rave nice and big. Rave. Maybe even fit that in there. Yeah, look, he's born to live there. Just give you a little twist. So I think if we match up there, just trying to figure this out. So what I find myself doing when I'm making anything like this is just going back and forth with the colours. There's always so many options, and it always looks good in multiple colours. Some that really don't work, but I think if we add a little bit of a black border on here, just to try and separate that away a little bit. Might have to bring the house up a little bit. Just flip this over to out there. And tweak the scale a little bit. Yeah, I think I might make her a lot bigger. Maybe make you and you a bit smaller. Just doing some little adjustments here on the spring. Just trying to make it look a bit more interesting. Maybe bring that moon up a little bit now. Like that. Yeah, I think that's looking a bit more balanced. And then we can bring this up a little bit. possibly make it a bit bigger. Maybe have a little like club name bit down here. Do that in the same colour. Put something a bit more straightforward as that, but we'll stretch it out a little bit. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Okay, I think we're getting somewhere, so maybe yeah, so I need it. Now, is there anything I've missed for the cloud? Ah, yes, some nice textures. So if we bring this in, these are just like little dust scratches and stuff. I don't want it in there though. So let's name that. That's our text layer. Let's fold that in a little bit. I'll just start naming some of these. So I know what each one does. Lasers. It's like kind of grunge texture. Oh, I don't even know where. No. Low. House. I'll get rid of that. So new face. I'll get rid of that. So we can fairly tidy now. So I think if we just stick this on a lighten, that just gives us those little bits of extra dirt there. But I still think we can play around with this colour. Maybe saturate it a little bit more. Yeah, that is exactly what I needed. Let's have a little. Let's go this way. So the yellow is way too much. Quite liking that red. Yeah, I think we'll leave that there at the moment. I think I can do a little bit more with this girl and make her a bit more ghostly. So let's, how we're going to do that is just duplicate the layer. This layer. So I'm just going to copy there, and if we cut out some of the channels, it normally works a bit better in RGB, but this way this is going to be a print template. We want it in CMYK, so if we pop, no, let's do that first. So I think maybe if we zoom in and we'll pop a look at her, and then we'll get this up and start cutting some of these channels out. Yeah, see, that's more like what I was thinking. Yeah, I think like that. And just pop. Let's make her a bit bigger. Oh, I just want to delete it off of her face, really. Something like that. It's only subtle, but I think it gives it kind of draws you into her face. The other thing I would like to do, I'm not too keen on the patch of colour here. It's not really playing ball with the rest of it. So I imagine that's on the actual house. I suppose it's a little bit lighter there. So maybe if we come in here, burn it. Where is the setting I'm looking for? Let's switch over to Essentials. Yeah. Yeah, that's the one. I'm just going to burn the colour out of it. And actually, that will give me the next thing, which I wanted to make down here darker. So let's have a look at that and see where that leaves us. Yeah, I think that's giving me what I'm looking for. Switch back to there. Let's take some of these off. I'm just trying to work out I think I want to get rid of the sharpen that we put on first. But I still need to I need to burn it still. Just a little bit. I think I might have gone a bit too heavy on it. That one. Now let's start bringing some of these back in. So I think this is at a point where I'm pretty much happy with it. We just need to be a case of playing around a little bit more with the text position possibly. We can maybe get this coming out looking a bit spookier. It's still the colours, still just trying to find that right one. Ain't even that in black and white, looks pretty cool. Yeah, I think I'll leave that there in red. So let's just ghost this out a little bit more. Maybe see about putting some more curves on. No, I think if I'm ending up coming back to there. Maybe just shrink that moon in a little bit. Okay, I'm happy with where that is right now. So thank you everyone who's joined me today. I hope you've enjoyed the live stream. Sorry if I've gone a bit quiet while I'm doing it. There's a little bit of method to my madness. I hope that I've explained it as clear as possible, even though I'm tweaking settings. So normally this is where it is just a case of playing around and seeing if what you see, if you like it, etc, etc. I'll be uploading a sped up version of this hopefully later today, and possibly do a full breakdown at some point on our website. So yeah, once again, thank you everyone who's joined today, and I hope you've enjoyed the live stream. Thank you.